Hello everyone and welcome to my Volta Algarve Stage 1 preview. No special guest to me today, just ugly old me on your screen. Right, let's get straight to it. So VeloViewer is up and we are ready to roll. So the stage goes from Lagos to Portimao. I'm sure I pronounced that correct. It's about 190k. We've got under 2,000 meters of climbing. This is a nailed on bunch sprint. The only thing that would stop that is potentially some bad weather. You can see that the weather is to be nice and sunny. We're looking at 25 degrees, 26 degrees. So it's going to be a beautiful day. Looking at the wind, this little bit up here, the little red bits you see above the profile gives an indication of where crosswinds can actually happen. It's based on the direction of the wind. Now, what you can see is as I move the cursor throughout this stage, there is a lot of potential cross tailwind in the opening kind of 90k. But it's actually really quite sheltered. Then once they make the turn and start heading west again, it is a headwind for the vast majority of what is left. So there's not going to be any echelon action. There's not going to be a breakaway that surprisingly wins the stage. One thing I would point out is once we get heading south towards the coast, we do have a potential area where we've got quite a nice cross tailwind. So if I go zoom in on that, we can actually look and see if we have got a chance of it splitting. So you can see from here, the trees are on the right-hand side. That's where the wind is coming from. We are nice and protected. There is not much chance of any wind getting through there. We're not going to see any echelon action. This is all about the finish. So up here, it tells you how far we are from the finish. Currently, we're 8.2 kilometers to go. You can see the road isn't particularly wide. I would be keen on getting a good early position. Now, we've got some very big teams here, like the kind of Quick Step, Bora Hansgrohe, so they'll be looking to dictate the peloton in the closing stages. If we just zoom in a little bit more, we'll flash it on and we'll see what obstacles face the riders in the end section. You can see from the profile picture, we do have a kind of lumpy last kind of 4 kilometers, but it's not going to be anything that's going to worry any of the big teams. So we can see once we come through this little small town, the road is going to rise just after we make this turn, but it's not really going to cause any problems. You're over the bump before you even notice it, and that's at 5k to go. Now, if I zoom a wee bit more, we can start to see where any of the roundabouts are. So we've got a roundabout here. This is at 4.8k to go. You can see the riders are going to come down this hill, minus 8.7%. It is going to be blindingly fast at this point. Although it is a roundabout, the road has just been cut straight through it. So there is not even a need to slow down there. So it's not even a real obstacle. Then we're still out in this kind of standard 2-lane road. Next obstacle, next roundabout is coming in here at kilometer 160k with just over 3 kilometers to go. So you can see the approach. This one, we're going to go down this road here. So again, the riders can go really fast. I doubt they'll need to use the brakes at all. And once we come out of this, slightly narrows, and we're onto this road here. And we've got 3.4k to go. Next roundabout is coming just inside the 3k, 2.9k to go. This one, they can't go quite as fast. There's going to have to be a slight slowdown as they go around this corner. Again, we're out onto this road. Central reservation up the middle. There is no chance to go out wide and overtake everybody if you've got a poor position. You're going to have to do it in this 2-lane. It is very important that you have a good early position because moving up the bunch isn't going to be particularly easy. Next obstacle, next roundabout, comes with just under 2 kilometers to go. Again, got to go over this very short little cobbled section. And then we're moving straight down in that direction there and then onto this road here. Now, we are now at 1.7 kilometers to go. And this is where things will start to get quite interesting. So we are on a downhill, a fast downhill at this point, which means it's going to be almost impossible to move up the bunch because the ones at the front are going to be going so damn fast. So you need to be in position before now. You can see the change in colour here. this is when we're going to start going uphill, because the finish is up a nice little kicker. So we have got 1.5k to go, still nothing really, still going downhill. It's going to be really, really fast. 1.3k to go, and we're just going to get to the Flamme Rouge now. And as you can see the road bending round, you can see it start to rise gently. So already we're at 2.2%. This is with 1k to go, and you can see the road is now going to start ramping up. 3.7%, 4.3%. Again, down to 2.6, and we're about to come up to the final obstacle, which is a roundabout that the riders are going to take a big left on. So you can see here, we're at 700 meters to go. The road has still been rising since that K to go point. The riders are going to have to go round the roundabout and then up to the left-hand side. Okay, that's what the road book says anyway. So they're going to have to come all the way around, and then we're going to go up this bit here. So once they come out the roundabout, there's still 400 meters to go, all uphill. Obviously, your markers for your sprints are going to have to be changed here. You don't want to start at 250 to go. You want to wait until 150 to go. So coming out of this roundabout, even though it's only 400 meters to go, if I'm a sprinter, I still want 2 men in front of me. Then we're going to start opening up. So 2.6. 2.3, nothing too ridiculous, 3%, but it is a nagging uphill sprint. It's going to be pretty hard considering the whole last kilometres averaging about 3%. 200 metres to go, it's a 4%. And then it's slightly lessens as it goes to the very end. And then that's the finish. So, relatively straightforward finish. Obviously, you need to be in position from about 3k out. The downhill is going to make it hard to move up the bunch. We've got an uphill final kilometre with a roundabout with 500, 400 metres to go. It's quite a tough uphill sprint, but it's one for sprinters. This is not that hard that you're going to have to be a kind of puncher to get there. Sprint-wise, who do we have at the race? We have Sam Bennett. Sam Bennett comes with potentially the most ridiculous lead-out train I think I've ever seen for a race like this. He's got Asgreen, Van Leerbecker, Fabio Jakobsen, Shane Archibald, Davide Ballerini, and Michael Morco. So he has, without a shadow of a doubt, the best sprint train at this race. It's probably the best sprint train at any race in the whole of 2021. So he's going to be in the best position. Can anybody come from behind him? Challenging him will be Pascal Ackermann. Not quite been on it yet this season, but we don't know. He's had a little break since his last race. Same goes for Bennett. We're not entirely sure how they'll be right at this point in time. There is a chance of a small upset if Bennett's potentially had a long spell off the bike. Looking to challenge for third place, we've got Marc Sarrault, Danny Van Poppel, we've got Hayter, Aniakowski, Aberasture, Budat, maybe Ryan Gibbons if it's a particularly harder sprint. And then one to keep an eye on is the youngster Drisners from the Haxons team. He is fast, he's an Aussie. Hopefully he doesn't go for the breakaway. Sometimes he likes to go for King of the Mountains jerseys, but he's got a fast kick at the end. So tomorrow, sprint finish. For me, it's going to have to be Sam Bennett. That lead-out train is just far too strong, and I don't see the current Quick Step missing this one. And that is my stage 1 preview.